Okay, I've got another interesting bike review today. Just took delivery of this. This is a Kawasaki KLX230. This is a new model out from last year, and it's produced in Indonesia. And it's another one of these bikes similar to the XSR 155 that is produced in Asia, and also it's produced in Southeast Asia, and then primarily sold in that sort of Southeast Asian market. You will find this one and maybe the XSR 155 in Western markets as well, but primarily they're made for the Southeast Asian market. Reason being, you know, that they're very affordable, and they keep their sort of engine sizes within certain kind of tax bands, tax regulation bands. So in Indonesia, for example, that band is anything below 250 cc's essentially has very low tax, or is tax-free. So those machines are very affordable. And anything above that becomes very expensive. So most manufacturers here who are aiming for that kind of mass market have to keep their engine sizes under or at 250 cc's. So if you're watching this video, then you're probably a bit like me. You've probably searched for Kawasaki KLX230 on YouTube, which is a bit of a niche search. So I'm gonna assume that you're a bit like me and that you like trail bikes, and you're interested in what is the difference between this and the Kawasaki KLX250, which already exists and has done for many years. And you want to hear someone's opinion on you know, how this rides compared to, say, the KLX250 or the Honda CRF250, or also the KLX150 and the CRF150. So that's pretty much the exact reason why I got this bike. Just rented it for a month because I myself am a big fan of the CRF and KLX family in the 150cc and 250cc varieties. So I was curious about, you know, what this thing is all about, really. Why launch a 230cc when you already have a 250cc on the market? The answer to that is this is quite a different engine. So the 250cc Kawasaki KLX is a liquid-cooled engine. This is air-cooled. It's a lot more of a sort of a simple engine, and you know, I guess because of that, they can make it more affordable, and it's probably going to be a bit easier on maintenance, and so on and so forth. So it's a bit more of a simple machine in that regard. Probably also puts out a little bit less power than the 250cc liquid-cooled. But you know, along with that, you get a bit of a weight reduction. So, you know, in terms of power to weight ratio, I haven't actually looked at the numbers, but you know, power to weight ratio on this is probably pretty good because it's a 230 single, and on a sort of a trail bike frame, which I think is pretty light at about 138 kg. And just by feel, I can't really feel the difference between this and, say, the 150cc varieties of these bikes. So yeah, I'm interested. I think if you're someone who's been riding those 150cc variety trail bikes forever, which is what I've been doing whenever I'm in Indonesia, then this is a much needed upgrade, because the jump from 150cc to 250cc in price is almost double, or actually is double. Whereas this falls somewhere in between. So I think, just to give you guys an idea, the 150cc KLX you can buy new for about $2,000 around that. The 250cc KLX, not this one, the 250cc KLX comes in at around, yeah, about double that, say sort of 4,000-ish plus US dollars. This is about 3,000 plus US dollars. In Indonesia, the RRP in other markets might vary. So that's where it falls in terms of the price point, in terms of, you know, why it exists. And I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think this might be sort of, you know, almost like the perfect bike for Bali. It's I like trail bikes anyway, and because often you get roads that are a bit like this in Bali, so it's nice to have a bit more of an off-roady machine. But at the same time, you know, the 150cc KLX is just not powerful enough really to overtake on the road. So this, someone's got a very, very loud scooter. Some Honda Vario that's either with a custom exhaust or someone's taken the baffler out. It's very loud. So yeah, I'm really interested. I'm interested in actually potentially buying one of these if it turns out to be the you know, the perfect bike for Bali. Good combination of off-road, cost effective, and power. Okay, I'm just going to talk quickly about the looks. So from the front, looks and maybe some of the specs. From the front, it's got this very distinctive new cowl. So the headlight is noticeably bigger than the other KLXs and the other, you know, the other trail bikes like this on the road. Noticeably bigger. Some people think it looks a bit goofy. It looks a bit disproportionate. I don't know really what they're going for. It kind of reminds me of those, what is it? The old DRZs. Is it Suzuki's that made the DRZs with the kind of the square big headlamp cowl? Kind of reminds me of that. I think it's a bit goofy, but maybe it'll grow on me. But other than that, the actual proportions almost look like sort of dirt bike proportions. If you ignore the tail tidy, the seat is sort of quite nice and flat, almost like a dirt bike. Sometimes on these trail bikes you get quite a big dip, which, I don't know, aesthetically I just think looks a bit goofy as well. But you know, this is all getting into very subjective territory. But I think aesthetically it looks like a really cool bike. It's notoriously tall. I think the seat height is 885. So some people may find it a little bit too tall. Personally, I like tall bikes because I've got long, skinny legs, so I actually find tall bikes very comfortable. What else can we say? We've got disc brakes front and rear. So, you know, just like with the XSR, you know, these sort of Southeast Asia produced motorcycles are just getting better and better equipped, better price points. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking this for a ride. Not really much else I can say. Nice big fat bar. I think this is the sort of the special edition version, which comes with a few kind of extra features. I think the standard 230 has you know, one of those bridge handlebar types. This is a sort of an upgrade. It's a fat bar. I'm not actually sure what the other little sort of enhancements are for this particular edition. It's not been customized. This is a stock bike, but it's the sort of slightly special edition version. Stock exhaust, so the exhaust note's going to be completely stock. Not actually sure what else it's supposed to have. I think it was meant to have some hand guards, but whoever I'm renting them from they've taken them off. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they got damaged. But yeah, I think the special edition has some hand guards that were supposed to be here. That's about it, really. Yeah. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's just take this one out for a ride. All right, let's take this for a ride and see what she feels like. Really looking forward to this. Already my expectations are sky high. Okay, everything's good, but she's not starting. Oh, because that's why. Okay. Whoa, okay. I've had a lot of experience. I put many thousands of miles on CRF 250s and KLX 250s and KLX 150s and CRF 150s as well. So quite familiar with the whole family, as well as sort of the whole family of, you know, these types of trail bikes, entry-level trail bikes in Asia, plus have a decent amount of experience with, you know, the sort of 250cc engine class, which again, you know, as I said in other videos, it's not a big engine, but in Asia it's this is considered sort of the maximum engine size for that kind of affordable tax band, if you know what I mean. So I feel like I'm in a good sort of position to evaluate this bike, and already I can feel that it's very capable. It's got a lot of usable power, and I mean, within 1 minute of riding this, I can already say there's no going back to the KLX 150 ever again, ever, or the CRF 150. They're now dead to me within 30 seconds of sitting on this bike. This feels way more fun, almost in a sort of a bad way. You know, there's this, it almost feels like it wants to do a power wheelie in first gear. I don't think we're going to try that though. Wow, yeah, overtaking is absolutely no issue whatsoever for this bike. That's very nice. I don't know what it is about the bike or the engine or something. Some bikes just encourage you to ride like a hooligan. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, I'm not saying I'm proud of that, but this bike I can already feel is one of those bikes. It just makes you want to ride like an idiot. So it's one of those bikes where you've got to be extra careful to you know, basically not do what the bike is encouraging you to do. Wow, yeah, overtaking is so easy. This is easier than I would say. This has got more punch than my Ninja 250 in terms of the low down. Probably the Ninja 250 can beat this in a straight line maybe, but this, if you just need to pump out a bit of extra speed to overtake, this feels awesome. And you know, compared to the, I mean, obviously there's Captain Obvious statement coming up, but you know, compared to the KLX 150, this is just night and day. This is bags more power, but at the same time not as heavy as the KLX 250, which is not a heavy bike to be honest, but if you've ever ridden one, you can feel that the 250s do have a bit more sort of heft in this kind of the tank area, obviously to fit in the radiator and other bits and pieces, so they feel a bit wider. This, honestly, in terms of the weight and how it feels on the road and the width of the bike, it feels no different to the 150 KLX or the 150 CRF, which is a good thing. It's lighter and it's, you know, more nimble. And let's take it off road. Let's just go down this path. Which is a good thing. I mean, you want a nice nimble bike for, you know, for filtering in and out of traffic, for whatever. I mean, I just have I have a preference for sort of more bikes that are a bit more svelte. Not a big fan of these like gigantic wide adventure bikes, unless you want to do a lot of kind of long distances in a straight line, and then, you know, the extra weight will help you feel a bit more relaxed in those scenarios. But for just cruising around the village, the rice fields, I don't know, I feel like a lighter bike is better. This feels perfect. This is too much fun. I can't go back to the KLX150 after this. Okay, two minor down points though already. There's quite a lot of vibration in the handlebars, which I guess is somewhat to be expected from a little single like this when you're really wringing its neck. And then other minor point, I can definitely feel some heat on my ankle. So the engine runs hot. I mean, okay, that's a bit of a captain obvious. All engines run hot, but I don't know what it is. Maybe there's not too much shielding down there or something. But I can definitely feel heat on my right ankle. So just got to be careful of that you don't burn yourself. All right, let's slow down a bit. Let's try the brakes out. All right, that rear brake is. Check there's no one behind me. That rear brake is pretty pathetic. The brake lever has a lot of travel and then doesn't really seem to do very much. The front brakes are excellent though. So yeah, no complaints about the front brake. The rear brake is just a little bit well, ineffective. The which is weird because the rear brake and front brake are both disc brakes, so you would expect the rear brake to perform pretty well, but maybe it's this bike, maybe the brakes need adjusting or something. I'm not sure. This is so awesome though, really nice to just cruise around, doing about 70 kph right now, and it's like not even breaking a sweat. The KLX150 at 70 would be topping out, and the engine would be screaming. I think I've even got another gear. Yep. Whoa, I've even got another gear. So this is a 6-speed transmission. Whoops, I took that a little bit too fast. 6-speed transmission. Okay, now. So actually, it can probably do highway speeds quite comfortably, considering that I was in 70 just now, and I was at 70 just now, and it was just kind of cruising along, and I was only in 5th gear. So we've got another gear to go. I don't know what the top speed of this is though. But so far, I'm really liking this in terms of if you look at it as from the perspective of it being a $1,000-ish upgrade from an KLX150. It's just worth every single penny. Whoa! Even in 4th gear, I can just twist the throttle and boom, you got some power to use. This is great. So yeah, in terms of a $1,000 upgrade, I don't know. I see all these people buy KLX150s and then they stick sort of $500 worth of accessories on it. Don't do that. Just spend another extra $1,000 and get this stock, and it will blast past any 150, in the blink of an eye. This is so much better. I just realized there's a policeman in front of me. Right, I'm going to take this now to, let's take this over to the Canggu shortcut. Is that really a policeman? Because it looks like he's going to cut the red light. Alright, that's interesting. I'm going to take this over to the Canggu shortcut. Let's do a little bit of light off-roading, and then the Canggu shortcut. Just got to remember where to turn. This feels faster than my Ninja 250. faux show. This bike wants you to ride it like a hooligan. You really have to rein it in when you're on this bike. It's so light and so nimble, and it's got, you know, a decent amount of power. This is a hooligan bike. You really got to sort of watch it. You can get in trouble, especially with rear brakes that don't really work. Okay, another minor downside, the seat is, I mean, typical for a trail bike. If you ride a lot of trail bikes, you know the seats aren't really designed for kind of long-term comfort anyway. But having said that, I did an 800 and something kilometer trip on a CRF 250, and I thought it was fine. But this definitely has a bit more of a hard seat. It's a bit, I mean, it's getting into uncomfortable territory. So if I did a long trip on this, I would definitely want to swap out the seat for something a bit more custom and comfortable. Let's see how this goes. Very comfortable, obviously. Nice soft suspension. Yeah, the second gear is a little bit, the engine braking is quite strong, so just have to be a bit careful. And I can definitely feel the heat on my ankle now. So that's one thing you don't get with the 150 and oh, okay, hello. One thing you don't get with the 150 and the CRF 250s. I don't remember feeling as much heat as this. But yeah, it's going over these rocks and everything, bumps and everything, no problem. Really comfortable as well. Standing up is quite comfortable. The bar is quite nice and high, so I don't have to pitch my body too much when I'm standing up. Alright, let's turn left here, Canggu shortcut. Mind these big fucking rocks. Yeah, the minute you ease up on the throttle in second gear, it really jerks back. The as I said, you know, the engine braking is really quite strong compared to other bikes. But yeah, you can just blast over these bricks. This bike doesn't care. I can see my headlight in the reflection in front. It's so bright, my god. That's another thing. Another thing I dislike about custom bikes is very often the headlights are crap. So when you're riding at night, it's impossible to see. This bike, I can imagine, when I ride at night, it'll be like I'm in the daytime. This is going to be amazing to ride at night. This is a great bike for the price. I think it's unbeatable. Kawasaki Indonesia have done a really awesome job with this. And I would be very happy to actually own one, which I'm now going to consider.